No one is perfect. We all have moments when we fall short of our ideals, but there's a profound difference between someone with flaws who genuinely tries their best and someone who is deliberately malicious. It's a sobering reality that some people in this world actively wish harm upon others. These individuals will repeatedly hurt you and anyone else within their reach. Sometimes this behavior stems from their own past traumas. Sometimes it's rooted in personality disorders. Regardless of the cause, these are people you need to recognize and avoid. Fortunately, through the lens of Stoic philosophy, there are 5 distinct warning signs that you're dealing with someone who brings no benefit to your life. This ancient wisdom not only helps you recognize and accept your own flaws, but also sharpens how you observe and understand those around you. This isn't about building walls of separation. It's about developing deeper understanding to create a more harmonious and meaningful existence. Join me as we explore these 5 signs through the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, so that none of us need walk in darkness without the illuminating light of truth and knowledge. Sign 1. The compulsion to control. Humans naturally seek power and control. Perhaps this desire for dominance is an inescapable part of human nature. Yet Stoic philosophy offers a different perspective. True control isn't about imposing your will on others, it's about mastering yourself, your emotions, and your reactions. Control, at its essence, isn't an act of power, but an expression of inner strength. The Stoics understood that the only thing we truly control is ourselves, how we perceive events and how we respond to them. Everything else, from others' actions to natural events, lies completely beyond our influence. In relationships, control often disguises itself as care or love. Someone might believe they're acting in your best interest when they try to guide or protect you. This, however, fundamentally misunderstands love. As Stoic philosophy teaches, each person can only be the master of themselves. Controlling behavior manifests in many forms: unjustified jealousy, unreasonable demands for change, or restrictions on personal freedom. These behaviors reflect not only insecurity and fear, but also selfishness and a profound misunderstanding of love and freedom. What's more, control creates nothing but division and suffering. It builds invisible walls between people, eroding trust and connection. Its impact extends beyond emotional damage to affect self-esteem and personal growth on both sides. Consider Jack and Julia. Their relationship began with deep trust and love. Over time, Jack developed an unnamed fear of losing Julia. In his misguided efforts to protect her, he became increasingly controlling, opposing her friendships, criticizing her clothing choices, all under the guise of wanting her to be respected. Sadly, these actions didn't stem from genuine love, but from fear and a desperate need for control. Julia initially tried to understand and adapt, but Jack's suspicion only intensified. She began feeling suffocated, losing her personal space and freedom. The relationship grew tense and pressured. Jack's control, a manifestation of his insecurity, caused suffering not just for Julia, but for himself as well. Feeling no longer in command of her own life, Julia eventually reclaimed her freedom and self-respect. A relationship once filled with love became a painful lesson in the value of trust and personal autonomy. As Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, wrote, "Can you no longer see a road to freedom? It's right in front of you. You need only turn over your wrists." Through this, he emphasized that we all can choose how to respond to life's circumstances. Ask yourself, are you trying to control the uncontrollable? Are you accepting and respecting both your freedom and that of others? Stoic philosophy isn't merely advice on living. It's a reminder of our inner strength in facing life's challenges. Sign 2. The mask of charm. Imagine walking through the complex maze of relationships and suddenly stepping into what seems like a magical encounter. Someone captivates you with their alluring charm and irresistible presence. This isn't just attraction, it's a deep-seated instinct within us all, the desire to connect, to be accepted, to be loved. Yet under the scrutiny of Stoic philosophy, a different picture emerges. Beyond the glittering facade lies the true nature of those who have enchanted us. The mask of charm isn't just an outer shell, it's often a calculated tactic used to attract and manipulate. These individuals portray themselves as caring, attentive, and helpful. However, behind seemingly altruistic acts sometimes lie selfish motives or even malice. Stoicism teaches us the importance of careful observation, not just of the external world, but also of ourselves. When faced with someone charming, we must question the true motive behind their appearance. Do they genuinely care about your well-being, or is it merely part of a scheme to achieve their ends? The fundamental difference between genuine charm and deceitful charm lies in intention and consequence. A truly kind person won't exploit their kindness. Conversely, someone using charm as a tool often cares only about personal gain. Stoicism emphasizes trusting your instincts and recognizing warning signs. Sometimes, during interactions, the mask of charm begins to slip, revealing true intentions. This requires vigilance, not being deceived by flashy promises or glittering appearances. Consider Mark, a successful businessman with an attractive appearance and polite demeanor. With a sunny smile and sweet words, he never hesitates to share experiences or offer assistance to colleagues. Yet behind that perfect facade, a pattern gradually emerges. Mark's assistance always comes with implicit expectations. Once, he helped a colleague complete a difficult project only to later hint they owed him a favor. Another time, he volunteered to lead a new work group only to use the group's success as a stepping stone for his own career advancement. These aren't spontaneous acts of kindness, but calculated steps toward building a network of indebtedness, social currency he can leverage for his benefit. Those around him grow uncomfortable, realizing his charming exterior masks his true purpose, not to help, but to control and profit from relationships. Charm, whether genuine or deceitful, is an inevitable part of human interaction. Through Stoic philosophy, we learn the value of awareness and autonomy. This not only protects us from negative influences, but encourages personal growth and deeper understanding of those around us. Sign. 3. The absence of empathy. Consider this workplace scenario. A cold, unsympathetic CEO fails to show empathy toward an employee facing personal difficulties. The employee has informed the CEO about caring for a seriously ill family member. Yet the CEO still demands overtime and denies leave, insisting that work always comes first. This action demonstrates not only a lack of empathy, but a fundamental disregard for human value and relationships. Instead of prioritizing the employee's well-being, the CEO focuses solely on short-term business benefits, overlooking basic human needs. This affects not just morale, but destroys trust in the employer-employee relationship. Balancing reason and emotion becomes crucial in such situations. Stoic philosophy provides tools to confront these challenges effectively and meaningfully. One significant challenge in our social and professional lives is encountering individuals lacking empathy. This tests not only our patience and resilience, but questions how we maintain our moral values under difficult circumstances. The manifestations of absent compassion are easily identified through actions and words, but their impact runs much deeper. They cause not just immediate pain, but create toxic environments where trust and cooperation diminish, leading to decreased productivity and creativity. This demonstrates that while we might try to overlook someone's lack of empathy, its impact continues insidiously and destructively. In any situation, the most important thing we control is our reaction. When faced with an empathy deficit, assess the situation objectively and avoid getting caught in negative emotions. Practice empathy toward yourself and others. Recognize that everyone fights their own battles, and compassion is key to overcoming division and suffering. Seneca wisely observed, "It is not what you endure that matters, but how you endure it." This emphasizes that in every situation, even facing adversity, we have the power to choose our response. This not only helps us overcome difficulties, but allows us to inspire and strengthen those around us. We cannot avoid encountering people lacking compassion. However, by applying Stoic principles, we can approach these situations consciously, patiently, and compassionately. This protects our moral integrity while contributing to a better world where compassion and understanding are valued. Sign 4. The web of lies. Has your heart ever tightened in response to those with harmful intentions? These individuals wield lies as weapons to achieve their goals, disregarding the harm inflicted upon others. Their deceptions become sharp instruments, means to conceal truth and manipulate others. Pathological lying is characterized by uncontrollable, often unnecessary deception serving some hidden agenda, typically power, control, or evading responsibility. Signs include constantly changing narratives, inconsistencies in storytelling, and exaggerated reactions when challenged about the truth. In the workplace, the impact of lying can be severe. It undermines positive environments, fosters toxicity, and erodes trust among colleagues, directly impacting productivity and team morale. When dealing with pathological liars, Stoic philosophy proposes a calm, measured approach. It advises not letting emotions cloud our awareness or response to their deceptions. Stoicism encourages maintaining autonomy and not allowing others' lies to influence our mood or decisions. Consider Anna, a dedicated accountant who notices discrepancies in her colleague Tom's reports. Tom presents himself as a strong candidate for a managerial position by claiming non-existent accomplishments. In every meeting, he embellishes his achievements, portraying himself as exceptional. Anna, despite feeling shocked and disappointed, doesn't let emotions take control. She quietly gathers evidence of the discrepancies in Tom's reports and inaccurate project descriptions. Once she has sufficient proof, she schedules a private meeting with her manager, presenting everything objectively, without revealing her hurt or anger. After reviewing Anna's evidence, the manager conducts a thorough investigation into all project reports and reassesses the employee evaluation process. Through this, not only Tom, but the entire company learns a valuable lesson about honesty and transparency, thanks to Anna's measured, wise approach. In our journey against webs of lies, we've witnessed the power of Stoic philosophy and explored wise approaches to dealing with malicious individuals. Despite facing daunting challenges, remember that we can stand firm and overcome obstacles. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane." Let courage and wisdom guide us toward peace, contributing to a world where honesty and respect are deeply valued. Sign 5. Mastery of manipulation. In our complex human world, the art of domination often lurks in shadows, disguised behind perfect exteriors and alluring facades. Stoic philosophy teaches that our minds must be prepared to face harsh realities. Evil takes many forms, and deception knows no bounds. The drive to dominate stems from an insatiable thirst for control and power, leading individuals to devise intricate schemes of deceit. Those who seek to dominate others manipulate them like puppeteers controlling dolls, bending situations to their will. To avoid deception, sharpen your intuition and mind. Be attentive to subtle signs, those gentle whispers of concern deep within your soul. Deceivers often use flattery to win over targets or cloak their true intentions beneath feigned empathy. Beneath the surface lies a cold, calculated agenda, a psychological game of exploitation. The consequences of falling into manipulation's trap can upend your life, leaving deep scars. Once the web of deceit crumbles, victims feel ensnared, losing autonomy and self-worth. The psychological impact shatters trust and destroys relationships. Facing deception, Stoic philosophy becomes a source of strength. By focusing on self-awareness and practicing mindfulness, you fortify your spirit against manipulation's allure. Stoic philosophers advise seeking virtue and courage within, For it's only in hardship that true character is tested. In confronting manipulation, reflect on the vulnerabilities and fears within us that deceivers exploit. How might we develop discernment and patience when facing deceit? In a world shrouded in manipulation, ethics serve as a guiding torch towards self-mastery and understanding. By embracing Stoic teachings, navigate through deception's turbulent waters with rationality and courage. Remember Epictetus's wisdom. It is not events that disturb people, it is their judgments concerning them. Faced with manipulation, choose wisely and nurture virtues leading to true freedom and inner peace. Discovering your true nature. The path forward. In our daily lives, we walk in a diverse world where people from different cultures share common spaces. On this journey, we encounter many types, from the kind and trustworthy to those who negatively impact our lives. It's vital to recognize and protect yourself from malevolent intentions. Stoicism not only helps us understand life's challenges, but gives us tools to recognize warning signs and apply wisdom to everyday situations. By delving deeper into this philosophy, we discover 5 key indicators of malevolence. Fakeness in communication. Evil people often display artificial friendliness, using sweetness in words to mask their true nature. Stoicism teaches sincerity and transparency. When interacting with someone, observe whether their actions reflect their words. Habitual blaming. A hallmark of malevolent individuals is their rarity in accepting responsibility. Instead, they blame others or circumstances. Stoicism emphasizes controlling what we can and accepting what we cannot, while always taking responsibility for our actions. Empathy deficit. A clear sign is inability to genuinely care for others' emotions or needs, focusing instead on self-interest. Stoicism teaches that community bonds and empathy form the foundation of healthy relationships. Power abuse. Evil people seek control over others, often abusing positions or power to dominate or harm. Stoicism encourages using power wisely for common good, never for oppression or control. Excessive self-admiration. Strong self-love can make someone selfish and indifferent to others' interests or emotions. They prioritize personal gain above all. Stoicism educates us on humility and community interest above personal advancement. Recognizing these signs helps protect us from negative influences while developing healthy, lasting relationships. Stoicism emphasizes self-control, acceptance, and moral living. By applying these lessons daily, we not only avoid malevolent individuals, but move toward a more meaningful existence. Life presents constant challenges. On this journey, recognizing and distancing ourselves from malevolent people becomes an essential skill that Stoic philosophy teaches. Through awareness of these warning signs, you've added strength to your life. Remember, it's not just about recognition, but taking action. In a world full of challenges, true power lies in controlling our reactions and choosing the ethical path. May you live by Stoic principles, finding strength and peace within your soul.